Hey everybody, this is Juli Pitra, and we're here once again for Pitranomics Thursday Talks. This is Juli Pitra, and we're here. Oh, hold on, we got a little bit of a thing here. Hold on just a minute, guys. Jimmy. Little bit of a thing here. Hold on just a minute, guys. Jimmy. Little bit of a thing here. Let's see. Usually I don't have this problem, but let's see. Oh gosh, I did this seamlessly last week. All right, somebody needs to tell me if this is working on Facebook. I cannot tell. And Hannah, maybe you can make sure it's public because I can't do it.
It's there.
All right, it's there. Okay, so once again, this is Juli Pitra. It's time for Pitranomics Thursday Talks. As always, I'm up front. Sometimes we have technological difficulties, but it's okay. Tonight, we have an amazing guest speaker. If you look, you can see him in the orange tank top there. His name is Micah Mathews, okay? Just an amazing trainer. I have had the opportunity to work with him. Didn't finish, but it's not because of his fault. So let me just tell you, Bravo is an NASM certified personal trainer and performance enhancement specialist. He's got more than 10 years of experience. He's a professional speaker specializing in health and wellness, both in person and virtually. So if you need him as a speaker, he can do virtual events. He transforms lives. He's got a great energy, and he does this mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally through fitness and then the positive energy he brings into your lives. He currently trains virtually because he is living in Panama, where right now, what did you say, is 84 degrees. And he provides superior accountability with his ABCD life principles to make one's goals impossible to fail. So in addition, he provides limited in-person training if you want to go to Panama. Maybe, are you going to come back here, Bravo? We'll see. And he can help people transform through his motto of JAM, which is just a movement. It can change your life, and just a movement can save your life. So everybody, this is Bravo. I'm so excited to have you on.
Woo! My hype music. Yeah. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So happy to be here to talk about health, how it can better our lives in all areas, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, and as well financially. Jam.
I love it. So let's just get to the low-hanging fruit, the basics, the physical. So what can some physical movement and improvement do to help our lives?
So if we think about our lives as a whole, what do we all want to do as we age? We want to be able to move around, enjoy our grandkids, our spouses, or our lover, whatever it may be, still enjoy life, especially through retirement, right? So we want to be able to have functional movement. And the only way we continue to have functional movement is if we move as we age. What people run into so often is they get stiffness in the legs, stiffness in the lower back. It's because we live a stationary lifestyle, right?
Yep.
We need movement, we need blood circulation. So physical fitness can help you enjoy a better quality of life as you age, because you can move, you can twist, you could turn, you can lift, you could pick up your grandbabies, kiss them, play with them, instead of being bedridden, sitting at the chair watching soap operas, right? So physical fitness is needed in your everyday life to have the quality of life that you so desire, because we all want a high quality lifestyle.
You know, I so agree with that. I read in this book, and I can never get the title right. It's something about how to retire wild and free or something like that. But it talks about most people think they're going to die suddenly from a car accident. They're going to be great, and then they're dead. But most people live the last quarter of their lives in pain, in sickness. And so if you want quality of life to the end, fitness is a part of it. I guess you agree to that. All right.
Yes, yes. We want the bag. Everyone wants the money. Like we believe that money is going to create this wonderful lifestyle that we have. But what's the point of having the bag if you can't enjoy it? I know so many people that from my engineering career in the past that I still keep in touch with. back surgeries, knee surgeries, ankle surgeries, because it was a very strenuous job working on power lines and stuff like that. And what happens, your body begins to break down. So you're losing quality of life every year that you don't focus on mobility, that you don't focus on functional movement. Your body's just getting tighter, and then you start to pull muscles. And now you're taking a bunch of medications, muscle relaxers, and you can relieve this pain by just being active. And it doesn't have to be every day. It's not, the goal is not to look like me. The goal is to have a functional life that you can enjoy, that you can not have to fear getting out of your chair at home or at work and locking up, needing to go to the chiropractor because you're inactive.
You know what? I will say that I can see the difference in my husband since he started training for the Ironman, and he walks differently. You know, we used to do yoga together and I was way more flexible. Now I've tightened up and he's loosened up. And I'm like, wait a minute. And he's gotten all fit and, you know, just runs all over the place like it's nothing. Sometimes he'll go walking with me and then he's like, well, now I need to do my real exercise, you know, whatever. But I do see the benefit. He did the Ironman, the half Ironman 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was really, really encouraged. And also, by the way, I was talking to Bravo about my tightness, and he said, after you've been driving a while, get out and do some stretches. So I've done that the last couple of times I've had to drive more than an hour. Now, he didn't tell me people would look at me like I'm crazy. You didn't mention the embarrassment factor on that. But I was like, you know what? I don't care. I've been driving an hour. I put my hands above my head. I touched, and I can't touch the ground.
That's good.
So it's not my lower back, but it's my hamstring. So I've added some, I don't know what they're called. You kind of pick your foot up and try to do a stretch that way. And I'm not very good at it. So I look like a hunchback trying to grab my foot to stretch my hamstring. But it does help, just that 30 seconds to do that. Now, again, I'm sure somewhere's looking to lock me up, to lock the crazy lady up. But yes, just the movement, just the small movement to get me started. Yes. So
round of applause for you. That's a round. You deserve a round of applause for that. You took action. I like that.
I took a small step.
Any action is action enough. Because like I said, it's just the movement. Doesn't matter.
Just the movement. Get it moving, just the movement. I love that. So jam. Okay, hold on. Jam. There we go. Okay, big letters. So now one of the things we were talking about just a few minutes ago before we came in is food, quality of food, and where you're living, the quality is really good. Tell me about that.
So, like in the past, from 2018 to 2022, the spring of 2022, I was plant-based. I lived a vegan lifestyle because I studied nutrition as I was getting more familiar into my fitness business. And I said, you know what? I want to do a drastic change. I don't know if you all watched this documentary, but it was called What the Health. And it changed my life because I was getting information and helping people to better their lives. And when I started to do deep study on what certain foods do to our body, building up plaque, and I saw what foods they recommended to people, I felt like I was a part of the problem. I was leading people down a path. Now, it wouldn't affect me because I work out in a way that I can eat, honestly, whatever I choose, and I'll get rid of it like that because how active I am. But for someone who's trying to be a beginner and start their fitness journey, I'm leading them down a path because I'm learning information that tells me this is good for you. But when I look deep into the science of it and how our body responds to the food that we consume and how it's lacking nutrients in the foods that we consume, I'm like, I'm a part of the problem. And so I went into a plant-based diet for 5 years, almost 5 years. And it changed my life. It was great. And then I moved to Panama City, Panama, not Florida. I didn't have to be plant-based anymore. My stomach did not react to the conditions of the food that it did in the States, like the cramps, the headaches, the vomiting. I could go out into the market, and you would think that people would call Panama third world in certain areas, but I've eaten at all these small fondas that someone might be like, oh, that's not a clean place. and my body consumes this food, it takes it, creates the energy, and I feel great. I haven't been nauseous not one time eating food out here, but every time I visit the United States, I will say, if I eat anything fried, if I eat beef, if I eat some of the chicken, if I eat the fish, I get upset stomach. Twice I vomited, and I hardly ever vomit. Last time I was vomiting, I was in college drinking, you know? So it's like I'm vomiting from the food my body's trying to utilize as energy, as an energy source. So it let me know that the quality of food that you consume is in direct correlation to how your body responds and how you're going to be down the line. And so depending on where you are, for you all in the States, I recommend doing some deep research into what you consume, making sure that you're not consuming processed foods, genetically modified foods. A lot of foods that you think is like healthy is really not. I recommend not buying meat that's on sale. I know we want to get those ribs for 50 cents a pound, but trust me, you don't need them for the barbecue. If you only hurting everybody, you're going to be a part of the problem, like I was telling people eat this food. Any meat on sale, if you do the research, now I'm not telling you all this, this is my opinion, and from what I've read and from what I've researched, do the research yourself if you feel I'm being malicious, right? Okay. The food that you buy that's on sale, a lot of that food is already old and expired. They have to get rid of it. They re-dip it in blood to make it look fresh and red. This is all to fool you. And this is not illegal to do. If you look in some of the laws that were passed since 2012, a lot of things, practice that go on with the food, they do not have to inform you of this. So, like, look on the ingredients list. It will let you know that you are consuming genetically modified organisms. It's GMOs. If you're eating genetically modified organisms, it's going to modify your genetics. Your cells are created or reproduced, duplicated from what you consume. So if you consume genetically modified organisms, your genetics will soon, over time, be modified as well, right? So you are exactly what you eat. So if you're going to be in the States, I highly recommend being aware of what you consume. I'm not going to tell you need to be plant-based. I'm not going to tell you, hey, like, you need to do this, you must do this, but I recommend you understand what you consume. So when the problems arise and you are faced with the consequences of your actions, of what you choose to consume, you don't have anyone to blame but yourself. I'm all about accountability, right? We have to be accountable for our actions. You have to hold yourself accountable for what you choose to consume, the lifestyle that you choose to live. And so with that, when it comes to food, I highly recommend fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. You could do meats. I don't recommend dairy because of what it does to our body. And if you all think this is all BS, I recommend that you do your research. Like, it's out there on the web. These are studies on it as well. I can even send you all links. I'll be putting stuff in the accountability group so y'all can fact check this stuff, okay? So when it comes to food, eat whole foods, fruits and vegetables. If you could do farm raised, I recommend farm raised. Any eggs, farm raised. Cattle, farm raised. You want them to be grass fed. You don't want to eat something that's on sale, just in my opinion.
You know what? It's really interesting that you say that, because I've been doing a lot of work in Paris, Texas, which is rural. And one time I was on my way up and there was a market stand and I got, I think, potatoes, watermelon, cantaloupe, onions, tomatoes, and stuff like that. And it was way better than what you get in the grocery store. The cantaloupe tasted like it had flavor. And I was like, wow, why can't we get this all the time? So, you know, I'm sure there's a farmer's market not too far from where I am, but I never went to it. But this was just stand by the side of the road, and it was amazing.
It's because it's real food. Like, if you living here, when I eat watermelon here, like, I can taste the freshness. Most of the fruit that we consume in the States, if you don't pay attention to the companies that are producing the food that y'all are purchasing, like, that's the cheap food, I'm telling y'all, a lot of that stuff is plastic. They seedless. Don't eat seedless fruit. Like, you cannot grow anything that doesn't have seeds. To reproduce, for something to continue growing, it needs seeds. You have to think like logically. Why would I eat something that it just grows without a seed? It doesn't need anything to grow. No, it's made out of thin air. It's like like the dollar bill. It's made out of thin air, just electronic.
Like the dollar bill.
Yeah, it's just not even real. So you think about what you put in your body. And I know I saw Shamir was saying she does the research, but doesn't like do the actions. And that's okay. Like, I want people to understand that you have to be aware of your actions first, and then you have to take accountability for it. A lot of times people fear giving up the emotional attachment that they have to certain foods because we've been conditioned from youth of how to consume in a certain way. Like, I was raised up in New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm talking about we eat all parts of the pig. We eat all parts of the cow. And I'm like, yo, I couldn't believe that I was actually consuming this food as a child, as an adolescent. And as I grow older, I was like, none of this stuff is healthy for me. So I was able to break away because I desired a type of reaction from the opposite sex. So I got into fitness at a young age.
Oh, so wait a minute. Hold on. You didn't just start this so you could be healthy. Okay,
no,
we have the real motivation. He started that. Okay, whatever it takes to get you started. But you're like, you were trying to attract some ladies. Okay. Right.
You must find one of my principles I was going to tap in on is desire, right? What do you desire? I desired a certain outcome in high school. I was a skinny kid. I had this big old head. I had braces, and my brother was this big cock diesel football player. And I was like, girls say I'm cute, but they don't talk to me. Like, I'm getting curved everywhere. I'm like, damn, bro, I want girls' attention too. My brother was this football player, so I got into sports. And I was like, my arm, I was working with my uncle, and I was on a shovel. And my cousin was like, oh, Mike, I see that muscle right there showing, he got you. And I was like, yeah. And the feeling, the rush that I got from that. And then when people see my arms at school, they was like, bro, your arms are huge. Like, what do you do? My arms were so big, it got to the point where I stopped working arms for a year. Yeah, I didn't work out arms for a year because they were getting too big, because all I was doing was curls.
You weren't forgetting leg day though, were you, brother?
Oh, no. I keep them thick quads. I got some tree trunks on. Don't worry. I'm not built like just a Dorito out here. No, I take care of the legs. And so you have to think about, what is it that you desire? And I knew the outcome that I wanted. It just evolved when I found that engineering didn't give me the rush, the passion, that I didn't have the same thing for engineering like I had for fitness. And I want to help. I want to serve the people. How can I give back to my community and to other communities by just only chasing the bag? And I say, okay, I can improve people's lives, but how do I do it? I have to be the living example of it. And so I wanted women's attention. So I got into fitness, and it evolved to me just wanting to help other people.
Well, okay. So you're from New Orleans, did you say?
Yes.
I went to New Orleans when I was about 7 months pregnant with my daughter. So years ago, year 2000, yeah. And I will say, the largest humans I have ever seen in my life are in New Orleans. And they're moving. So it's like watching the Empire State Building move. And I remember thinking, how is that healthy? It can't be healthy to be so large. I'm not talking like 300 pounds. I'm not even talking 400 pounds. I'm talking, these people are 500-600 pounds walking through the airport. And I'm like, what flight were you on? So, but this is something I heard a long time ago, and I've sort of forgotten about it. And I do sometimes put myself last. The cost of not maintaining your body shows up.
Yes.
So you can like be money, and then you're going to blow all your money trying to get your health back. Or you can concentrate on your health now and not have to spend as much in the future. So
the life cycle,
I'm thinking about that. Yeah.
The life cycle goes healthy, can move around, even if you're overweight, obese, it doesn't matter. 30s hit, start to cut what my uncle calls the nothing pains. I didn't do nothing, but I'm in pain. So you get the nothing pains start to come in. And then when you hit 40, the mobility starts to slow down, but you're still working because you've been trained to be on the hamster wheel, make that money, provide for my family. But what we do as Americans is completely neglect ourselves. We talk about self-love, but we are the most unself-loving people in the world. Why? Because we neglect our health, which is the number one thing that is needed to sustain a good quality of life, right? And so when you see these people like in New Orleans, like I grew up around it, like I have a pretty obese family. Like if you see the men in my family, you will be like, there's no way these are the men of this family, because all the women in my family are pretty large. And so that was another driving force for me, like, okay, let's get people moving, up and moving. When you consume food in a certain manner, and you are emotionally connected to that culture, you are emotionally tied to the feeling that food gives you, because it's all drugs. If we want to keep it real, food is nothing but drugs.
All right.
Let's be real. Sugar is a drug. Yep. It's addictive. Sugar is so addictive. It's more addictive than cocaine. Like there's study on this. It's addictive. And what sugar does, it causes your body to retain sodium. And so when you eat these high sodium foods now, like butter, so when butter and sugar mix together, you got high sodium, high sugar. So now you bloated. Yeah. And I love cinnamon rolls, you know? So that's why I run 18 miles a week. And so your body is responding high insulin spikes. Your body can't burn any fat or find homeostasis, is because the lifestyle that we choose to live, you know? And we have to get to the point where we start taking action. And the only way you take action, you have to believe in yourself to get it done. We have our most belief to make money. Everyone on this call knows a way, if they was in the tight bind, they can find a way to make some money. You're going to find a way because you believe in your ability to produce. But we don't believe in the ability to better our own lives from a physical perspective, right? So like we know how to make the money, but we don't know how to enjoy a life with the money, because you're in pain. You're going to spend all that hard-earned money, like Julie said, on doctor visits. I see it happen so often. I deal with a lot of elderly clients when I was in the States. And I mean, I was training some people that was making some serious dough, and they never would enjoy it. They watched their family enjoy it because they had bad knees, bad back, bad neck. It's because like the work that you do stationary. I'm sitting down hunched over like this. I'm protruding at a computer like this all day. You're lengthening out your spine, you're going to start to get a bulge in the back of your neck. Now you can't stand up straight. Your posture's bad. Now your confidence is starting to decline. Once your confidence go down, oh, I'm in a spiral, downward spiral. Now, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Julie, where do I start? She's going to call me. You feel me? You got to start by taking action, because you got to believe first. Can you do it? Are you willing to do it? And what are you willing to sacrifice to get it done? Just like making money. It's just for your health.
For your health. You know what? I just took a moment, and if we can, I've got these arms on my chair. And so what I did was I did a nice little twist in my lower back, just to stretch a little bit. Oof. So I'm just going to do that. Get us back into the mood. Anybody else want to do a quick little stretch? There you go.
Oh, good one. To standing up, turn to the side, stretch the lats out. Even turn your head left to right.
Just the movement.
You turn left and right. And don't even, what we do when we talk about fitness, about movement, because I was trying to see if anybody, they cut the cameras off. I was seeing if Michelle was going to start turning her neck or not. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, that movement, we listen, we come together and we listen. Like, I was looking at the Pitranomics, and I was like, that's good. Like, she got these steps of how to better like your life, like creating this wealth, protecting your wealth, you feel me? Growing your wealth. I'm like, that's pretty dope. And I'm like, we all are willing to do what it takes to make that money. But if we be like, yo, let's stretch, everybody be like,
I can't, back hurt, knees hurt, ain't got time.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna stretch later. We gotta get into a point of we take action as soon as we hit. Because if Elon Musk jumped on and was like, yo, anybody want to make $1 million in the next 5 minutes, I want you to do this, everybody will log off and go do it. Because
Can I ask everybody for just 30 seconds? Let's come on camera. You don't have to stay on camera, but let's come on camera for 30 seconds.
Let me get a look at those beautiful faces.
Come on, everybody, 30 seconds. Let's come on camera. Because what's funny? When I did my head turn right and left, I realized I'm tighter on one side.
Loosen up, Julie.
I
you see,
know.
you gotta be
And,
like me, baby. You
got to
gotta
be the
start
example.
moving them
And by the way, while we're
shoulders.
talking about that, Bravo mentioned an accountability group within Pitranomics. He's going to start a group. Let's see if we can get it
Yeah,
going. Let's encourage each other to meet, to discuss, to share, to encourage. Let's get
that would be great.
jam going.
And I really want, like, people do these talks and these calls, and a lot of times, like, I've been on many of these things, and sometimes people just don't take anything from them. Like, if anything, I want y'all to think about, like, how do you feel right now sitting down? Like, think about how you feel mentally, think about how you feel physically, think about how you feel emotionally, you know? What's your confidence level when you look in the mirror? Like, you got to really get in touch emotionally with how you feel about yourself, right? And so when you're on these calls and everybody's trying to deliver information, right? We have information overload so often. And so we kind of just go through the motions. But I want y'all to really think about where y'all are right now, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And ask yourself, like, do I really want change? Do I believe that right now is the best time for me to take action and believe in myself and actually execute to get something done by setting a small goal? We have 2 months left in the fourth quarter. Why not start with a small goal now? Utilizing your resources, which would be me, while I'm in the group, giving accountability, asking questions, asking for advice or whatnot, utilizing what you have to improve the quality of your life. Now, I keep it real. Like I'll say, I'm all about accountability. I already know maybe a couple of y'all will actually take action, and that's okay because it's all about the time and when you're ready that you've suffered enough to actually start making a change. And I say use the word suffer specifically is because most time as we age, we don't make a change until we have a life scare, till we have some type of surgery. And I can only attest to that because, like I said, I come from a pretty obese family. My mother is going through this process at the moment. Fear is consuming her life because she's like, oh, I want to move. I've been trying to get you to move for over a decade. You're living with the consequences of your past actions. Yes, it sucks and you want to be able to enjoy your life, but you didn't earn that quality of life because you chose not to be active. So I couldn't save my mother from experiencing what she's experiencing now. So I want you all to leave with tonight of the thought of like, do I want to have a better quality of life? So you know what? Let me give it at least a try, an attempt to set a goal for the fourth quarter, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, or even just be able to stretch, touch toes like Juli doing. Get out the car, touch toes.
Touch your
Do
toes.
something consistently. See what this movement does for your mental and your physical. Like your morale will definitely boost. You know, you're gonna release those hormones to give you that joy that I did something today. That's where you gotta start. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna drop 10 pounds this week. No, that's not happening. Get out of here with that. I want to start small because you have to build consistency to build your belief. And once you build your belief, then you can start making bigger goals. So whatever happens today that we talk about, I'm gonna be in an accountability group, but take some type of action for yourself. And if not for yourself, for your children
Or
or
your
your loved
family,
ones
your
that
loved
you
ones.
want to be with, So, just wanted to share that.
It's interesting that you posted it that way. I was just speaking with, I think it was David, and I was saying, I feel like my financial success hasn't been the result of big, grandiose plans. It's consistency over time. So I guess I need to get consistent over time for my physical health.
Yes.
And I get it. Where I am now versus where I was just 5 years ago is pretty drastic. The pain that I'm suffering through. So it is time. And
2 years ago, Juli, I trained you. You was moving around a whole lot better. You weren't talking about them aches and pains, woman. What you talking about? Huh? Come on, let's keep it funky now. Juli was actually moving around. We would go walking. Juli had momentum going. Like we was getting her going. I felt the energy in Juli. And then life happened. Like I couldn't see her no more. She was like, I can't make it up there because of my schedule. And I was like, oh snap, Juli about About to revert on me, man. She about to revert on me. And what happened next? I ain't hear from Julie for a whole year, y'all. A whole year. I was like, what? Like, Julie called me like, Julie, it's so nice to hear from you. Where you been? So
you didn't have to call me out like that, Bravo.
Hey, superior accountability. We all have those setbacks, but consistency, like you said, your success financially has come from consistency, which is a key pillar for success in life. I call them action, belief, consistency, discipline. Then you have your rebar for the support, accountability, behavior, commitment, and desire. Once you can lock in those 8 principles, I guarantee you, your life will change drastically in any area, relationships, financially, physically, emotionally. Just be consistent with those things, with those principles, and I guarantee you, you will get to where you want to be. And you can practice these principles if you aren't good at them through fitness, because with fitness, you have to take action consistently. You have to believe that you can get it done. You have to be disciplined. You have to have an accountability partner, your resources right here. You have to change your behavior. You have to commit to the process, no matter how long it takes. And you have to always keep your desire in the state of mind of, I can obtain this. And you'll manifest it, but the action must be done. Julie?
Anyway, so one of the things I do, I invest in real estate. And as a result, I go into some nasty, nasty homes, right? And I guess about 3.5 weeks ago, I went into a home and man, the bites, they are bad. And I think I had some kind of reaction because it put me down for a couple of days. So I think like if I had been stronger physically, it wouldn't have bothered me as much. But
yes,
but I wasn't. And then it put me down. So my not paying attention to my health is keeping me from pursuing and accomplishing the things I already set out to do every day.
Exactly.
So
like
let's talk about that. Do we want to get started? Do we want some accountability? I promise you, Bravo has the greatest energy I have ever met. He's awesome. He glows in person.
Damn, look, I'm glowing right now. That's why I wore orange.
That's because of that shirt, bro.
Yes, that's why I wore orange. Orange looks good on me.
But truly, I mean, even just talking to you the other day when we reached out and I hadn't talked to you, you were like, and I was like, encouraging. Let me do this stretch down to the toes. Okay, feel better, for a little while.
You just need a boost. You just need, if we all just like, I want y'all to know something. I may look like a walking billboard, which I do, but you all gotta understand, I do not like working out all the time. I didn't go to the gym today. I blamed it on the weather, but I walk in the rain to the gym. But today I just wasn't feeling it. But you know what? I call it punishment, but actually my reward for not going to lift the strenuous weight, I got to do 50 push-ups and 50 pull-ups. I did foot push-ups in the hallway. Yes, and I went outside on the side of the building and did pull-ups.
Let me get my glasses to see if I heard you correctly. Okay.
50 pull-ups? Yes, 50, 50. You gotta have the mindset. Like, I don't always want to work out. I do not always want to eat healthy. I love cinnamon rolls. I tell people all the time, I look like this because I want to enjoy when I'm out on vacation, drinking, but I run 6 miles. If I drink the night before, I go run 6 miles. I've created my lifestyle to be able to sustain the way I love to party, the way I enjoy living.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. He's created the lifestyle to sustain the way you want to party.
Yes. And if everyone followed how they wanted to live, if y'all like watching, what's the new TV show? Somebody give me a good TV show they like watching.
I don't know.
Come on, y'all, give me some activity.
Yellowstone.
Not you, Julie. I don't want Julie. I had enough. I don't want Julie. No. Somebody give me a show that they love watching. Somebody got one. Come on, I'm looking in the chat right now.
Come on, guys.
Gen V. What is it? I don't even know what Gen V is. I'm not even gonna ask the question, what is it? But Gen V. All right, Shamir. So check this out. Think about this. You want to watch Gen V. So does Gen V make you feel good when you watch it? You just nod your head or so. If you enjoy watching Gen V, think about how you feel when you watch the show, right? My cousin used to love watching like Real Housewives shows, and she would just get so excited. I'm like, because of the drama. Oh, it's exciting, the drama. I don't get it, but hey, so Gen V. when you watch Gen V, like you into it, you like looking for the plot twist. I'm assuming that it's a generation or probably mutants or something sound like Gen V. So you're looking for what the episode's going to be about. What's going to be the suspense in the episode? Or you're going to get an answer, the cliffhanger, right? You're looking for that rush. Those endorphins, like, I want that rush to come to me when you watch Gen V. So you got to be like, hey, do I want this same rush from whatever I watch moving forward for the rest of my life? Eventually, that show will end. You will continue to live on. What if you don't find another show that gives you the feeling that Gen V does? So you got to have something that gives you a rush again. And you could, Bridgerton, I heard about that show. It had Golden Bachelor. Shantae, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know there's no number propaganda on the Golden Bachelor. Come on now. I seen one episode and I already knew it was a bunch of BS. Nah. So, Shamir, you got to think like, hey, I want to enjoy this feeling. But what is this show the only thing gives me this feeling? You know, like, no, if I'm going to reward myself with 2 episodes of Gen V in case I missed last week, I don't know if it's on Netflix, you get all 10. You want to be like, all right, cool. I'm going to go walk 30 minutes. I'm going to go and sit down and watch my show. Because the show 30 minutes, go walk 30 minutes. Because you got to think, I'm giving up time of activity for this show. So let that show be a reward for me. Because now I feel even better when I watch Gen V because while I did some activity, I earned this time to watch the show. Now, when you're watching the show, you can't be eating Popeye's chicken in a bucket of ice cream. You got to remember that. But we got to make sure we don't erase the work by putting in the junk. Have a snack here. I'm not saying you got to cut off all your favorite junk food. Trust me, I love cinnamon rolls, and I'm never letting them go only for the month of November. That's the only time I'm not eating cinnamon rolls, this month of November. So, enjoy your snacks, but in moderation. Y'all don't have to give up y'all life that y'all are emotionally tied to in the beginning, but decrease it, slowly bringing it down, putting the reins on it, you know, because Julie did not want to give up certain foods. I told Julie to take some photos. Julie nearly went crazy on me, y'all. Julie was like, and Julie almost had a fallout. Because I said, Julie, I need you to take these photos because taking photos of yourself is letting me know that you're serious, that you're committed to the process because you have to see yourself. You have to honestly see yourself to create the change. And Julie, I was like, Julie, you got to take these photos. Julie, take the photos. Julie, take the pictures. We went,
you know what? You don't have to completely out me, Bravo.
Oh, no, Julie, you are the example today.
Oh, my gosh. If I had known it would be all this. But you know what? It is consistent with what I say about Pitranomics because the first principle, the first strategy is to assess where you are. You know, take account of your resources. You're right. I mean, it's part, but when you were like, take a photo and then give it to me, I was like, brother.
Exactly. Because what happens is, you know what you can do, Julie? You could take the photo. I took the photos, Bravo. And guess what? If you fall off the wagon, you can always get rid of that photo. That photo is gone. No one will ever see it, not even you. But if I have it, I can always be like, oh, you know, it's a new year, the 3rd quarter. Let me text Julie. Hey, Julie, how you doing? Have you evolved from this? Be like, I need to get back to work. It's about that accountability.
I don't know. Does anybody else agree that sounds positively diabolical? Oh my gosh. Have you improved since this picture right here? But it so sounds like something I would do financially. That's
exactly. You have to put out what you want to receive. So if you're hard on anyone you choose to help, going to be that hard accountability. Like, no, you're not making no money because you're doing this. You need to be doing this. Listen to me. Don't give me lip. Listen to what I say. That's what you would tell them. I don't know
if I'm all that harsh. Come on.
Hey, but guess what? They're going to produce and make money, right? They're going to grow their wealth. They're going to protect their wealth. So you're putting out that energy. So you're going to attract the energy. That's how you met me. So therefore, I'm like, yo, Julie, come on, let's get on track.
Oh, wow. Are you guys hearing this? It's hurting me.
I love you, though. I still love you, though. It's fine.
You know what? I like what you said. Create the lifestyle to sustain the way you like to party. I'm going to take that party and put an underline under it and say, what do you want to put in there? What lifestyle will you create to sustain the way you like to whatever? What's your why? Yeah. What are you doing?
You got to have a why.
Gotta have a
Gotta have a
why.
why.
Let's take some. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go backwards through the comments. Bridgerton and the Golden Bachelor. I have to figure that out. Shantae wrote that she saw Julie, that's me, salsa dancing.
Yes,
I
Julie
would
is a
like
good
to, and you know
dancer.
what, Bravo? I didn't know from until seeing a video of you that you dance.
Yes, I'm a dancer, girl. I'm
You
good on
did
my
not
feet. Girl,
share
what?
that with me. See, our
What?
workouts could have been dancing and a
Nah,
little bit.
see, you're trying to get out of it. You're trying to see what you need. Now, you don't need dancing. You needed corrective exercise and strength training. You didn't
Okay.
need no dancing.
All right.
Yeah, you needed
All
what
right.
I was giving you. So, but yes, I dance. But
Did
Julie,
y'all hear that? He said I needed what he was giving me. He's not listening to
yes.
any of my excuses, like blah, 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 blah.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Hey, Shamir, you can definitely, there's so many. All right, Shamir, I'm going to challenge you. You could definitely appreciate a dance workout. I'm going to send you in the group some people who do dance fitness. They do dance fitness throughout the stuff. And I'm going to tell them, be on the lookout for you. So if I don't see you popping up or comment or following them and doing something that they post, I'm going to say, Shamir, I don't believe you. Because why? You say you can appreciate a good dance workout. So I'm going to see you some dance workouts. And I want to see if you're going to follow through. Jam. Let me go and write that note down right now.
Shamir, you don't know what you're getting into now. You put that out there. He's going to be checking on you.
Yep.
All right. So a question, comment/question from Shantae. Number one, plant-based means food that was crafted in a scientific factory plant, not a real plant. Watch the 1973 movie Soylent Green. That was a scary movie. Oh, that's number one, first thing. Number two, what do you think about farm-raised fish versus wild caught fish? Most grocery stores contain and serve farm-raised. What are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts on first, the plant-based. I say plant-based, but I was honestly vegan. There's this battle between naming over what kind of lifestyle you choose to live with eating food. Like if you be like you vegetable, you have people hounding you. So I'd be like, I'm plant-based, but I grew a lot of my own vegetables, a lot of my fruits, and I went to farmer markets. So I didn't do the processed plant-based meats and stuff like that. I didn't do it. I just didn't eat them. You know, I use mushrooms to make like meatballs and stuff like that. So I totally agree with you because plant-based is literally like genetically modified food. You know, so I said plant because I actually grew the stuff I was consuming. But as far as number two, farm-raised food, farm-raised fish is, I don't know why the word that came to me just now was diabolical. So farm-raised fish, I know a lot of places serve them. I don't recommend purchasing them. Go to someone, see, you have to be someone that asks people go fishing. Me being from Louisiana, we caught all our seafood, right? We went to down an hour down and purchased fresh fish. And so farm-raised fish is a lot of chemicals, you know, the way they feed them, and a lot of that fish not real, you know, like it's genetically modified as well. It's farm raised. It's not like they went and caught fish out the wild. They feed them food to help them grow, like pump them up. So sometimes y'all may see this farm raised salmon. You got this big old slab of salmon. I'm like, yo, there's no way somebody caught this bad boy going upstream. That thing be huge.
Couldn't even make it upstream.
Yeah, exactly. I do not recommend farm raised at all. I always prefer wild caught. That's another reason why I moved somewhere tropical, because I could get seafood if I choose to fairly easy out here for the low and it's fresh. I do not recommend, even if it's on sale, try to avoid farm raised fish, because it's not the way they raise the fish. You know, it's a lot of chemicals. It's a lot of stuff they throw in the water just to pump these fishes up. You got fish out there looking like meat, and you want to avoid
Bravo
those type
fish.
of fish. Yeah, you don't want a Bravo fish. Well, I'm an all natural. I would be an all natural fish. I'm an all natural healthy fish. I'm wild fed. You feel me? So, but that farm raised fish, no, you don't want to. Leave it alone. I highly recommend it. What foods do you, Shantae? What foods do you usually consume on the regular? The islands have the best fruit and fish. Yes, they do. Maracuya is a good fruit. It's tangy, but it's really delicious. I
What's
learned
that
about
called?
it out here. Maracuya. It's this tangy tart type. It looked like a tangerine, but it's orange, black, and green. But it's tangy, but it's sweet. I don't need like soursop is one that's out here that grows everywhere
They grow
around here.
soursop there?
Yes, you can get all that stuff at 2 blocks from where I'm at right now. Soursop, maracuya, you get pineapples all anyway. That's a famous fruit that's like well known. But fruits, passion fruit is big out here. We have another one that looks like a lime, but it's not. But it tastes like a plum. It's confusing, but it's really good.
Okay. You know, I remember years ago, I went on a vacation to Thailand with my husband, and the food was amazing. I wasn't in the city, but we were at some resort, and you could go down to the beach, and it's like, what do you want? They'd go catch it and then prepare it. And the amount of food that I ate when we were there was just delicious. Now, I wasn't like feeling bloated or anything. I was feeling great. But my husband looked at me and he was like, are you pregnant already? And I wasn't pregnant yet. I got pregnant later, but just my body was starving for delicious food. So
Yeah,
real quick, before we forget, for those of us still in the States, because we're here,
yes.
where should we shop? Where should we go? Let's make just a small change. How do we improve the quality of our vegetables and fruits and meats from here? Because we aren't there where you are.
Farmers markets. Farmers markets is the number one place to go. Pour into your local farms. They're going to have the best natural sources of fresh fruits and vegetables for you. Even if you have some farms that actually have chickens that lay eggs, get eggs from them. I recommend that.
Fresh eggs by chickens. You go out to the country and get those fresh eggs. They are so much better.
In Dallas,
I can taste the difference. Yeah.
In Dallas, there's 2 farmer markets, one that's downtown and one that I think it was in Addison that had fresh eggs. And I was like, fresh farm, like real farmers markets eggs compared to these pasteurized eggs that you get from these supermarkets, total difference. Total difference. So I would say Sprouts is really good. And when you start to change, you got to get rid of the idea, the belief that society has put on you all that eating healthy is expensive. It's really not. You may say, oh, my grocery bill went up $50. My grocery bill went up $150. But your medical bills will decrease. Your medical bills will be a lot more expensive. Like it costs a lot more to pay for medication. Okay, what if you lose your insurance? Now you're paying for they marking up the price of medication like crazy. My mother's on a bunch of pills. Trust me, it's hurting my pockets. Like medication is crazy expensive right now because they know we as a people need the medication because we'll rather take the medication than change our diet. So when you think about eating healthy is too expensive, get that out of your head. Become comfortable when you go to the grocery store. When you see that bill, say, I'm gonna have a better quality of life. I'm gonna feel a lot better after consuming this food. This money is going to a good place because I'm going to receive good nutrients of what I'm purchasing right now.
Yep.
Because when you think about, I just want to save $60 and go buy meat on sale for 50 cents a pound instead of purchasing the $4 a pound meat, but your body will appreciate it. Just like Julie said, she was able to consume all this food because it was real. It wasn't a bunch of fillers. A lot of foods that we consume is filled with fillers. And just like Joel said, the farm-raised fish companies came up with a term called sustainable source to try and trick people. Yes, verbiage. My mother taught me something that said the tongue has power. If I can fool you all to believe something, you all would just take it with a grain of salt and do what I say. And so if I can tell you, I can still give you healthy options, but fill it with a bunch of chemicals and manipulate you with spells that I create with words, because we don't study or research the things that people put out. We just think that the government would never harm us. The trust that we have in doctors and people in the government that's going to make sure that we're taken care of. It's business. Your life is a business. Your health is a business. How does business grow? We need people in these hospitals. Sad to say, but the reality is that you all are needed to be unhealthy because business can't thrive if y'all healthy. Like they can't get me. Only doctors getting my money is checkup docs. They ain't getting my bread because they need people to fill those rooms up. They need people in those beds for a long period of time, and they need people to develop illnesses. So if we poison you with these foods, that could be stuffing them with chemicals, and your body is trying to create energy from chemicals. It's not real food. So Julie could eat all this fish and be okay. Husband thinking she's pregnant, but she come and eat one piece of salmon at home that she bought from the grocery store that was farm raised that cost her $14.99 when it probably should have been real, and it cost her $29.99. And now she's like, I'm full after eating half. She didn't even eat her vegetables because she's pumped up with the fillers that they put in the fish. It's expanding her stomach. So, you all have to decide, like, is this expensive to change my life? It's not. It's more expensive to not change. Think about that when y'all looking at that bill.
Okay. So let's talk about, Bravo has graciously said that he will start the accountability group within Pitranomics. So check in the group. And I'll be there. And he's also told me that I need to do some major activity tomorrow morning.
Yes. Always coming your way. Look into your app. I'm sending you the workout tomorrow. We will be determining, does Julie need me in person, well, virtually, personal, or she can follow a plan. And we're going to find out, and you all will know if Julie is going to follow through. If she doesn't get this,
quit putting my name out there to watch.
Hey, Julie, you the source, baby. Julie, you're the reason we all here today. So you have to be the study case. You feel me? you must be the case study because you have brought us all together today. So who's better to be the case study than you? Julie, it's all about you today, baby. It's all about you. We want you to be better so you can inspire other people who come to you for information, that come to you for guidance to grow their wealth, to protect their wealth. We want them to come to you to be like, hey, Julie did it. She showed me this. So, hey, if she getting her life better, I think I want to do the same because she helped me make money. So maybe I should get healthy like she getting healthy. Just saying. It's a chain reaction, baby. Come on now.
Okay.
All right. Shamir, you got this, Julie? Yes, she does.
Thank you, Shamir. All right. Well, does anybody have any questions they'd like to pose directly to, just go ahead and unmute yourself and just reach out and absorb some of this fantastic energy from Bravo.
Ask me anything. Trust me. There's no stupid questions in the world. You got something like, it could be something, hey, how do I get rid of my hips is out of alignment? Hey, we could talk about that. There's always something people want to know. So if you want to know something, trust me, ask away. Because I'm telling you, I got the answer for you. Or I wouldn't be on here today. Jam.
Well, go ahead and answer that question. How do we get our hips back in alignment?
Stretching, mobility. You can do stretching with, people say yoga. Yoga to me is boring. So if you like yoga, that's cool. But you need to do functional movement in different planes of motion. That's laterally, transverse motion. And transverse is like if I'm facing this way, I do a movement that will land within me facing this way or that way. It's like a rotational movement. And that will help get your hips. You
mean like the electric slide?
Hey, if you can do electric slide and not pull a muscle, I say do it. It's dancing. You feel fun. You got music playing. You could do this thing that my mama does, the shake that she always does. If you do the shake, we found out from the chiropractor that she doing that. My mother's fairly big, but by her doing that, the momentum that her hips was creating was actually working her hips and loosening up the tightness in her hips that went from her hip through her glutes, hamstrings, calf, and also into her Achilles. So your body's a chain reaction. So if you want to loosen up your hips, add in transverse movement, lateral movement, and don't sit so much. When you sit down, I'm gonna tell you like I told Julie, when y'all sitting all day, your booty is getting flatter and the muscles are not getting activity. We're not getting elongation or contraction. And I know women, fellas, ladies like nice butts too, but ladies, I know y'all talk about, I want a flat stomach and a big old booty. But if you're sitting all day, the booty gonna get flatter. And if the booty get flatter, you're gonna be like, it brings down the confidence. We want confidence to rise. So stand up, do little kickbacks, get circulation through your leg, your ligaments, your lower ligaments, right? and then you working those lower muscles as well, and then your booty get contraction will make it grow, depending on how much weight you use.
Okay.
I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. Like, this is literally what it is. It's that simple. Like, sit too much, right there. Stand up, right there. So, like I'm saying, trying to help y'all. Preach. Look, I'm trying to preach. I'm trying to tell you now. Look, like to keep it real.
All right. Does anybody want to unmic and ask a question? We've got a few minutes
away.
left. So come on now. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Trust me. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you, but trust me, you need it. Trust me. I hear you.
Okay.
Whatever.
My question, because you brought up a good point about yoga being boring. I mean, no offense to yoga lovers, but I have, due to some health issues that I have been told that I cannot really go hard in the gym like I would normally like to do, and that I should stick to stuff like yoga. So if you're a person like me who doesn't particularly care for yoga, what else can I do that's more, I don't know, not boring? For lack of
ever tried? I know it. Like, the yogis won't be mad. They know that stuff not that much fun for people that like to move. They know that. But have you ever heard of animal flow?
No.
Animal flow?
So I want you to look up animal flow. Animal flow is a form of yoga, but it's a lot more fun. I got into it during the summer in June. And my buddy, he's actually flying into Panama today, and we're going to do some animal flow tomorrow morning. Animal flow is a form of yoga, but you do movements like animals. Like the gorilla walk, lateral walk is a good one. It's where you moving laterally, but you're squatting down, stretching the hips, the hamstrings, the quads, the calves as well, and also the lower back, the rectus spinae, and you move laterally. This is good for getting that functional movement. No resistance on your body. Now, you may feel tight because, like, your body probably not used to moving that way, but look up animal flow. I would say do the ape, the crab. If you have bad wrists, the crab may not be for you until you strengthen your wrist, because that does deal with you've been kind of facing your wrist in the opposite direction. It could be kind of, if you don't have good flexibility in the wrist, it could be a little painful. But the ape, the bear, the what's another one? The scorpion. Scorpion is hard, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun when you learn it. So look up animal flow. That's one style of working out that you can do. You can, if you can't move much in the gym, if you like to dance, you can do like these dance classes that they have. I'm not a fan of this, but twerk fitness. I don't know if you ladies like to shake a little.
You say twerk fitness?
Yes, like people have come up with everything. Like I've been researching anything to get someone movement. I've likely looked into it. So if you like twerking, I can see somebody who's a twerk technician, and she actually does real workouts. When I tell you this is real workout, I didn't try it. I watched, but I'm telling you, it's a legit workout. She was working her quads. Every woman in that class was like, my quads are on fire. My glute is on fire. My core was on fire. So I was like, it's a legit workout, because it's causing you to work the abdomen. You got to have good core strength. Any exercise to give you good core strength is beneficial to your overall health, because why? It's going to be dealing with your lower back, right? So you want to make sure that core is being worked at all times. So try twerk fitness. You can try animal flow. You can do dancing. Another solid, I don't know if you like, I don't recommend riding a bike, because if you are stationary with work most of the day, I don't recommend doing a bike. I would say, even though it does work blood flow in the lower extremities, I don't recommend doing a bike. Maybe the elliptical, but that's kind of boring too, because I like to run outside. If yoga is boring for you, then you're not going to enjoy the elliptical. The Stairmaster, it's a very good workout, but if you don't like being stationed, like just walking up in the same position, go take the stairs at work. Go take the stairs at a stadium. If you have kids, I always recommend getting your children involved. Like, I don't know if you have kids, but if you do, get your children involved. Let them race you. Your kids always want to beat their parents. So let them race you somewhere, up the stairs, around the block, walking around. Let them lap you a couple times, and then you'll start to see, like, I'm keeping up with them a little bit more. Good. They only lap me one time instead of 2 times this time. And so you got to make the activity enjoyable. That's why I say, what gives you joy, right? Playing with siblings, playing with friends, playing with children. Is it like having high intensity, a lot of movement, like something that's challenging? And if you're limited to certain workouts, definitely look into animal flow. Definitely look into twerk fitness. It's a real good core exercise.
Okay, who on here is going to try twerk fitness so they can report back?
Look, I'll drop a link for y'all.
Raise her hand.
All right, look,
the
all
twerk
right,
ambassador.
So I'm gonna put it in that in. Look, I'm gonna put it in that in straight up. She gonna be like, he went in line. It's a good workout though. What else y'all got?
I'm curious.
Did that help? Who that came on?
Hold on, somebody's talking. Who's talking?
I'm curious as to what you think about the HIIT exercises.
I am a huge fan of HIIT exercises, primarily because it's exhausting, right? It keeps your heart rate up. To burn calories, you have to have your heart rate rising. You have to train your body to find homeostasis with having a higher heart rate, right? You have more blood flow through the body. And I think HIIT exercises that are peripheral heart action exercises, workouts, that mean you do an upper body than a lower body. This is going to create more caloric expenditure because you have blood pumping from the lower body to the upper body because you're switching up your routine with the workout. Certain HIIT exercises I recommend would be doubled up jumping jacks. It's like you're doing the jumping jacks and touching your toes at the same time, like after you do the jumping jack, and then going straight into squats and then going into push-ups, even if it's modified. What that's going to do, up the heart rate throughout the entire body, getting your heart rate up. And then you go into the squats, you start to get blood rushing through the legs, you start to feel the burn in the muscles, and then you go straight into the core in your chest with the push-ups. It's going to give you a full body circulation of blood, right? So now your heart rate's going, and now you're actually burning more calories, you're getting blood flow, and you're breathing out more CO2. You expel fat. Like people think I got to burn fat. No. When your heart rate up, you breathe out fat. So when you're breaking it down, you're releasing the fat through your breath work. Believe it or not, look it up. Trust me, I'll drop a link on that as well. So when you're working out, HIIT exercises are great for keeping your heart rate up, the blood flow going through your body to burn more calories. I say peripheral heart action. I actually just wrapped up a whole HIIT challenge that I did. Tomorrow it ends, yeah. And so, but I'll continue some workouts that you could do, like just certain exercises, 3 at the most if you're a beginner. Once you get to the point that, hey, I could do a little bit more, go to 40 seconds with a 15-second break. Start off with 30 seconds, 20-second break, and then straight to the next exercises. And once you get through all 3, you take like a 90-second break, and then you repeat that over again for 4 sets. And then when you feel like, hey, I'm feeling good, you add in 2 more exercises. 30 seconds, 20-second break. Then you go to 40 seconds, 15-second break. What you'll see, don't try to do this all in 1 week. What you'll start to see, give yourself a 21-day period. What you'll start to see, if you actually are aware of how you felt and write about it, journal it, what you felt that first week, by that 21st day, I guarantee you'll be getting more done within that allotted time. You will have lost weight if you follow a fairly healthy diet as well. Like, you will see significant change, and you'll start to change the mental of how you view fitness, because when you get results, it's the momentum that people need. And week 3 is when most people quit. Like, anybody can build up a new habit for a short period of time. But week 3, I always say, give yourself 21 days. And if you're starting to lose motivation, you need an accountability partner, because this is when your body wants to go back to what it's used to. The old you is comfortable.
Let's go back.
Yes, the old you is comfortable with the way you're living. Comfort is basically like our enemy, if you think about it. Your body's comfortable being the way you are. But when you want to change, you have to be uncomfortable. And so week 3 is when you start to have that battle with self to stay consistent. But HIIT exercises are great. I highly recommend them.
And then what about SRT?
What did you say, huh?
What about SRT?
SRT.
The slow resistance training.
Oh, yeah. What? How you think I got like this? Let me tell you. So resistance training, you got to think about what you want. When you're going to add in resistance, you have to go in a certain manner. You can't just go to the gym about just go hit these weights. No, that's the wrong way to do it. Your body is not going to respond to it the way that you want. What you want to do is warm your body up to that strenuous activity. So you get in, put a moderate weight. You know, I don't know. Say if you can lift 40 pounds, you start off with 30 or 25. You do 12 to 20 reps, 3 sets. Go up 5 pounds. If by the time you get to the third set, if you're still doing that 25 pounds fairly easy, you're cheating yourself. You need to go up, right? This is going to train your body to endure a lot of reps. You need to build endurance if you're going to start doing resistance training. Because once you go through 4 to 6 weeks of that type of training, I call it stabilization training, strengthen up the core, strengthen up your balance, your movement. That's what we throw in that functional movement and corrective exercise. So now your body is now equipped to take on more resistance and to take on another challenge of pushing yourself to the next level. That's when we put in more resistance, and we're doing 8 to 12 reps. About if you can hit 40 pounds, you're doing 35, right? We're looking for hypertrophy. We want to grow some muscle. So if you max out at 40 pounds, you want to do like 35s, 30 to 35, but you want to really push yourself 35s, right? And I'm just using 40 as a number of saying like this is the max you can do on dumbbells. But you want to start doing that and get familiar and comfortable with it. Stay there 3 to 4 weeks, and you'll start to see your body start to change muscle development. But when you do slow resistance training, you have to be aware that it's going to move slow. It's not going to be like, oh, I dropped 10 pounds this week. No, you may drop 8 pounds in a month, depending on where you're starting at, right? When you're doing slow resistance training, the muscles are now working, breaking down, and as they repair, when you rest, and if you're putting the right food in, you have to feed the muscle. The muscle is, you are a plant. Look at yourself as a tree. If you don't water yourself and put the right nutrients in you, you will not grow. You will wither away. You know, you're going to have brown stems. So you want to make sure that you're feeding the muscles. When you feed them, you give them that resistance. Give yourself 30 to 45 days. You will be seeing some changes because you're moving at a slower pace. It is big heart rate, high heart rate. You're burning more calories, and you can see a change fairly quickly. I've seen people drop 10 pounds in 6 days. And so, but it's like really high intensity. But if you're going to do SRT, you got to be aware that I'm moving slower. Like my heart rate is not increasing as fast like it would with HIIT. So be patient with yourself. And I guarantee you'll see those results. 21, 35, 42 days. So yeah.
Well, you know what, Bravo, I appreciate your time. We are like way over a little bit.
My bad.
No, it's okay. But one thing I want to say is we're going to start the accountability group. If you're in Pitranomics group, let's follow Bravo's comments. Let's get started. Let's do them right. And I guess he's going to be using me as the guinea.
Yep.
Pray for me, y'all, because that's going to hurt.
It better. It better.
But I really, really, really appreciate your taking the time to speak to us. After we make our money, let's make sure we're around to enjoy it in a healthy manner. So
Yes.
we're gonna make the bag, and we're gonna be able to pick the bag up and do something with it.
Yes, and not pulling the muscle in your back.
And not pulling muscle when we pick the bag up.
Yeah, because that bag gonna be heavy when you're messing with Juli.
Jam. So we're gonna jam starting tomorrow. Whoever's with us, let's get in the group. Bravo, thank you so much. You know what? I'm also gonna put Shamir gave me a graphic. We're gonna put it in the chat, in the group, not in the chat here, but in the group, so you can reach out to him if you want to. Thank you so much for your positive energy. Thank you for appearing on Pitranomics, and I look forward to being tortured by you on the morrow.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you for having me. Y'all have a blessed day. Damn.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.